Welcome back, Better Music customers. Today I'm here with Jason and my name is Tom, and we're trying out a couple of different products today, mainly the new Boss Katana Go. Going to be comparing it against the Vox Amplug, the Mighty Plug Pro, and we've got the Fender Mustang Micro. You want to tell us a little bit about these ones, Jace?
Yeah, so lots of people probably know the Mustang Micro. It's been around for a little while. Pretty basic interface, but all the sort of Fender sounds that people know and look for. The NUX is a little bit newer. That's not why they called NUX, but it is a little bit newer. Similar features and functionality, not so many controls and buttons on there. You know, the Fender lets you sort of select things on the side a little easier. So NUX, you need an app to run this really, so you know you can't really change too many things. But if you're kind of looking for basic 1-2 once you're set up, it's not too bad. And then the old faithful Vox Amplug. So it's a bit more simple.
A little bit more rudimentary of a product. Battery powered, 2 AAAs. Both of these 2 units here use a micro USB to charge along. Same with this new Katana Go as well. A little bit more.
USB-C, by the way.
Oh, USB-C.
Yeah.
Living in the future.
Great step up. And you can use this as an audio interface, so you can record direct into your PC. And it's got a really intuitive app. I use this app for about 10 seconds, and because I'm used to that simple Katana interface, it's really easy. All right, so let's start off with metal riff. So it's pretty easy here. We just select a patch. We got amp here, which is cool. We can also just jump straight into EQ from here.
Okay.
And then we can mess with effects. So if you start playing, and I'll mess with effects.
All right.
Not bad, very John Petrucci.
Oh, very cool.
So yeah, so through here, I mean, it's so easy. Like you pick your patch. We'll go for an ambient clean now.
Yeah, get something a little bit cleaner.
And then it's just effects, EQ, amp flights. Really intuitive, basic to go through this.
Can we make it not as thin, a little bit more body to it?
Yeah, I guess you could go back.
Or do we have another preset? Another clean that's just a little bit fatter?
Let's see, basic blues?
Basic blues. Ah, no.
You make a mistake. Leave that in.
Got a nice kind of blues touch to it. Let's try something a bit crazier, a little bit more, maybe octave.
Rotary octave. There you go. Ask and you shall receive. And these are all just set straight away, so we don't have to edit any patches. They're just ready to go like this.
Bit of octave in there. Give us a pretty clean. Yeah.
Right, let's go a clean chorus, and then we'll try and we'll mess with it a little bit. This will be the last one. Then we'll talk about some of the stuff in here.
Very cool, Kanye.
That's pretty good, man. I don't even know what to show you. Like, it's such a nice, basic, all-round device.
Let's get some real heavy.
Okay. we'll go real
Give us
heavy.
some real high gain, something a bit more modern. And do we have a gate in here as well? That's the question.
Definitely do.
Let's.
NS, so give it a run, turn your volume up. And
All right, try and make it choppy. There we go.
There we go. So there's some contour
Did it
in
real
there.
sharp. Alright, so I feel like the Boss Katana Go is a much more comprehensive product than what we've seen on the market previously. I mean, having the tuner built into the front of it, so it's just plugged into your guitar here, take a look down, you're ready to go. That's a little bit more convenient than, well, headstock tuner, having to go by ear. We do retain the same kind of controls on the sides, however, a little bit more than what we're getting with the Mustang Micro or the NUX or even the Amplug that we've got down here. It's just a little bit more satisfying to use. It does share the same big knob as what you've got with the Fender. It just feels that little bit more premium. Using the USB-C connection as well, just a little bit more future-proof. I feel like if you're used to most of the Katana products, if you've used the Tone Studio at home before, you're going to be very familiar with this. It's pretty simple to use. The phone app's even easier than what you're getting with the desktop app. I mean, I should ask Jason, you're the one driving this one today, so.
Yeah, I really like the whole Katana range. It's really intuitive. The workflow to get to the start of the amp type down to your effects and outputs is really basic. It does have the largest battery life out of 5-hour battery life on this bad boy. And yeah, so I guess the highlight reel is just, you know, you got the display on the front. You got ABC to switch between patches really easy if you got your top 3 patches. So the cool thing with this as well, if we turn on while holding on the Bluetooth button, it switches from bass to guitar. So it's really easy if we're in the studio or we're jamming at home, we're doing some bass and guitar, you know, messing around with writing stuff or just playing around, you know, you can just switch between each and the app will just switch around and do that automatically. So if you editor guys, when I clap, just put Cayenne about.
It's a perfect workhorse accessory if you need to do a bit of riding on the go. If you're on holidays and aren't able to take most of your gear, all you need is a guitar, this one just here, and you're ready to go to start practicing. If you've got a computer with you, you can record with it as well. Get a few demos done when you're not in the studio condition.
But maybe we can run through them all quickly. We'll just do a few patches from each of them just to get some sound demos just to...
Yeah, let's give them a test. Maybe we'll go with the Fender first. Very Fendery.
It is very
classic
Fendery.
Fender tone.
I mean, I think that's what Fender do well is that their products, they emulate that clean Fender sound kind of well across the board. If that's what you're really looking for, just that Fender sound again.
So we've got a couple of buttons on the side. If we changing a few amp types. So let's have a look at a couple of different models. Can you do us a favor and just chuck a couple of these buttons?
I mean, look, I think the thing is, if you want something basic to practice with, you know, the Fenders...
They're all going to do a similar option. If you're not looking for more than your classic Fender cleans, classic Fender gain, the Fender can be a good option. It's a competitive product. They're doing a very similar thing. Both are using the iOS apps to control a lot of your amp models and things inside the unit here. They're both very convenient. For someone like myself, a little bit more in the high gain realm, I feel like the Boss Katana is going to be a little bit better for me personally, but if you're more into blues, jazz, then maybe the Fender's going to be a little bit better of an option for yourself. All right, let's give a go at this NUX, but this time you're going to have a play.
Okay.
So immediately off the bat, not having the scroll wheel on the front of it, that's a turn off for me. However, the button changing the profiles is convenient, but no master scroll wheel, no deal.
Yeah, I think so. I prefer that even with the Mustang. Wow, there's some crazy stuff going on here. So,
chuck it on that bridge, get a real spanky tone.
Yeah. Look, it's not bad straight out of the box. To be fair, I haven't really, you know, the NUX is very popular in the market. So we get a lot of customers coming in looking for NUX. Design-wise, not too bad. Again, I don't like that there's no volume you have to button. But
not having the volume knob on the front, a bit of a turn off for me. But I think immediately you feel the NUX, to me, feels the cheapest. The housing is not quite as robust as what we're getting with the Fender or the Boss.
Yeah, I think it's. I think it might also price point may not be the cheapest in general day in day out. We'll have to double check that one, but I feel like it's what they usually sell for is a bit above the other ones. But yeah, we don't have tuner on here. We don't have really any options to change amps or effects on here. It's all set up in the app prior, and we can just hit that to cycle through. So again, I think the sound's really legit, but just functionality operating wise for me.
Let's give it a go with the Sir. It might just be the single coils that you're using, but
maybe this custom shop sucks. Another
yeah, there's a chance.
For Fender.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a bit nicer for a humbucker.
I don't mind it.
Look, I think the NUX is really viable. I think the sounds sit above Fender. I think the quality of those effects and stuff is probably really close to the Katana Go.
They're getting close. There's not as many options in this.
I just don't like you have no functionality here. That's what kills it for me, and why I haven't really done NUX before is that it's volume up and down, and then press to change patch. For me, that kind of just kills it. I can't do other stuff with it.
The NUX isn't a bad product by any means, and it sounds great through this Sir. I feel like the sounds out of the Boss Katana Go are just a little bit more familiar. We all know how to use it, and it's the most premium out of the three products that we have here. The fact that it has the tuner built into the front of it essentially puts it above everything else.
Well, also I'd say you spending like $40-50 on a tuner in addition to...
We're about having less is more, just getting the things that you need.
But yeah, let's go to AAA battery Vox. This is like the least expensive in the market. You know, basic wheels for operation on top. You've got a whole bunch of different flavors with the Vox. So you got blues, clean, drivers, bass, and they're all individual.
We're currently going through the boutique at the moment.
Yeah, this is a boutique one. Yeah, so there are some effects in this one actually. On that fourth wheel, you can switch between some effects. But yeah, if you wanted 4 or 5 different amp types with the Vox, you'd have to buy 4 or 5 different amp plugs, which would then exceed the cost of these. So
that's got a very solid sound for what it is.
yeah,
This is...
all the way up to 10. So there's not really much to say about these Voxes, right?
One trick pony.
Basic
Sounds
operation.
good for what it is. It's this particular boutique one. Sounds great.
Look, they only do one thing, right? So you got rock, metal, blues, bass, and it's basic operation. You got volume, gain. This one has like a little bit of reverb effect. And, you know, they'll only do one type of sound, but they really
For a
nail
one-trick
that Vox
pony, yeah.
AC15 sound. They sound fantastic.
Sounds great. However, for essentially double the price, you're getting maybe 5 times the product with either the Fender or the Boss. To me, I like the sound of this particular boutique Vox over the Fender.
It sounds so big. It sounds like you're actually playing through, like the Fender cleans are okay, but this actually sounded like a nice, big, full sound. The boutique is
Well, that's where all these products kind of come into each other, because we're all up against similar products here.
So the Vox is limiting your options by being, you know, a basic single thing. If you wanted like a metal, a blues, and a rock, you'd be, you know, spending, you know, like a few $100.
Do you want to have 3 versions of the same product, or would you rather have one that has multiple options within it?
Again, it's use cases, right? So if I just want to sit there and bang out blues, I'll have that boutique sound. Maybe I'm happy with that. I can spend a little bit less. If I wanted to have all the operation, all the effects, you know, all the stuff, for me, if I was going to put them in order, I'd probably go Boss, Fender. I don't know, Fender and NUX to me are kind of similar. They both got pros and cons. And then, you know, the Vox is in a world of its own because it's just, it does.
In terms of the
thing.
tier list, for me, I'm going to go Boss, I'm going to go the Vox, then I'm going to go the Fender, then the NUX. I feel like the Boss, jack of all trades and does everything well. The Vox sells it 100% for what it does. In my opinion, the sound is just better than what we're getting out of the Fender. That's just my thoughts on it. And the NUX feels a little bit on the cheaper side. You haven't got a lot of the same convenience features, just quality of life things that you're going to get out of the Boss product, or you're going to get out of the Fender as well. You do have the phone app, which everyone but the Vox does. They all have a very similar kind of feature set.
To me, that's the kind of, it feels a bit forced. Like, it doesn't seem legit where, you know, these guys, and I mean, this is a real surprising one, right? This boutique thing.
Yeah, this one's
It's
done
just,
wonders today.
You know, if you just want that one thing, the boutique, yeah, it rocks.
For what, 70, 80 bucks, the boutique's very good. But in the same note, you spend double the price, you get 5 times the product with the Boss.
Yeah, they've really nailed it with this.
If I'm going to spend 70 bucks on a guitar amp simulator, then I'm going to I'll jump up to that next bit to get those things like a added tuner, USB-C, headphone in and out, Bluetooth connectability, works with the Boss Tone Studio, Tone Central.
Tone Central.
The Tone Central app,
on the app.
Tone Exchange. Yeah.
You know, whether you're just starting to play guitar, you're a pro, or, you know, you've been playing guitar for years and you want to experiment with different sounds and that sort of thing. I think, you know, it's not like you have to be a fully crazy tech guy to work out how to use this and open the app and change things, you know. So if you get into better music, we'll have a demo of this in store so you can come check it out, have a play. What do you think, T-Dubs?
I'm happy with it. Newest addition to the lineup of miniature guitar amps, and having the tuner built in, that's a yes from me.
Catch you at better music, guys.